All right, ladies and gentlemen, so let me talk about how can you predict the quality of a second marriage for an astrological point of view. So basically, the quality of second marriage. So first of all, let us discuss about what are the probability of you getting into a second marriage. Because in order to get into a second marriage legally, you are supposed to divorce the first marriage, and the first marriage should end up into a breakup. Okay, so basically, first and foremost thing is seventh house. Your seventh house talks about marriage. Your seventh house talks about relationships. If at all your seventh house is badly afflicted by malefic planets such as Sun, Mars, Rahu, Ketu, and Saturn, then you might undergo separation with your spouse depending upon your Dasha and Bhukti as well. If the Bhukti or Dasha is shorter, then it will end up, it will be just a temporary separation. If at all Dasha Bhukti is longer, and if you have Karaka of the marriage planets, that is Venus and Jupiter, either one of it or debilitated or badly afflicted through Rahu and Ketu, then there comes a shorter kind of separation. If at all they are badly afflicted, then you might undergo permanent separation which ends up into divorce. Okay, so then the second marriage will comes into the place. Ninth house talks about your second marriage. Some people argue that 11th house also talks about second marriage, but as per sage Parashara Hora Shastra, it is considered as ninth house. And also some people calculate in a different way. They'll take D9 chart into the consideration and they see 7th house. So that is also one of the way of checking, because D9 chart will be activated after your marriage. After your first marriage, D9 chart will be activated after the age of 30 years. Okay, and most importantly, the placement of 5th house, 9th house, 7th house, and 11th house also matters in order to see the second marriage. Okay, and if at all 7th house have multiple planets influence, then the first planet which is having the highest degree will be taking the control of the marriage, of the first marriage. Then the second highest degree of the planet influence in the 7th house will be taking the control of your second marriage. Okay, so we need to actually consider which of the planets are influencing your first marriage and the second marriage. For that, there are certain remedies to be followed. If at all you follow those remedies, then the negative energy will be reduced and the positive energy can be developed in your body. Okay, and your thought process. Obviously, these planets are all related to our speech and the mind. If at all we control our speech, and if at all if we control your mind, and also if you keep your thoughts positive, none of these planets can really hamper your growth or relationships. Okay, so that is most important. And also most importantly, we have to check the spouse characteristics as well, whether your chart is being balanced with the energies of your spouse chart has to be referred. And most importantly, the spouse mindset, where exactly is the moon is placed, where exactly is the Venus is placed, because moon represents mind, Venus represents relationships. If at all in the male's horoscope, Venus plays a major role because Venus signifies wife in your birth chart. And for female birth chart, Jupiter signifies the husband. So the placement of Jupiter matters a lot. And most of the people who have Jupiter debilitated, they will end up getting into a second relationship. The reason being, Jupiter is the Karaka for relationships. Jupiter is the Karaka for marriage. Even Saturn is also Karaka for marriage, and Venus is also Karaka for marriage. But first rank we should be giving the Karaka for marriage and relationships is Venus. Second rank will be giving it for Jupiter, and the third rank will be giving it for Saturn as well. Okay. So most importantly, we have to see the Dasha and Bhukti also, which Mahadasha, which planetary period you are undergoing, which is the sub-planetary period you are undergoing. Whether your Mahadasha planet is afflicted, whether your Antardasha planet is afflicted, which nakshatra your Mahadasha planet is staying. Okay, and what exactly the D9 chart is talking about, who is sitting in the 9th house, who is sitting in the 7th house, which nakshatra those planets are sitting. All those things has to be referred to see the quality of a second marriage. And most importantly, the spouse characteristics, the spouse longevity has to be checked. Okay, there are many principles on marriage astrology. We cannot actually discuss these points in just 5 minutes of this video. So please book for the consultations. Once you book for the consultation, I can able to examine your birth chart. We can able to come into conclusion whether there is a probability of second marriage in your life. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this video, and if at all you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do subscribe, and let me wait for your consultations. Once I get the order, I can able to help you with the analysis. Okay, thank you so much, and bye for now.